Here's the ultimate irony that could make MotoGP history this weekend. The man who was repeatedly crushed by red Ducati bikes in Austria might finally conquer the Red Bull Ring, riding the very same red machine that tormented him for years. Marc Marquez finds himself in an absolutely fascinating position as the Austrian Grand Prix approaches. For 3 consecutive seasons between 2017 and 2019, the Spanish rider watched helplessly as Ducati motorcycles streaked past him to victory at this very circuit. Andrea Dovizioso denied him twice, while Jorge Lorenzo added insult to injury with another Ducati triumph. Each time, Marquez could only settle for second place, his Honda unable to match the raw power of those crimson machines. But here's where it gets controversial. Now that Marquez has switched to Ducati himself, he's dominating the 2025 season with an iron fist, carrying a massive 120-point championship lead over his own brother Alex. With 8 victories already under his belt, he's hunting for his 9th win of the season and his first ever Austrian GP triumph. For years, I kept losing to those incredible red bikes here in Austria. Marquez candidly admitted to reporters this Thursday. Dovizioso was phenomenal. Lorenzo was unstoppable. But now I'm the one riding that red machine. It's time to see if I can finally fight for victory on this track. And this is the part most people miss. While Marquez enjoys his commanding championship position, there's an internal battle brewing within the Ducati camp that could overshadow everything else. His teammate Francesco Bagnaia has been the undisputed king of Austria, claiming victory in each of the last 3 years since 2022. The Italian knows this circuit like the back of his hand, particularly excelling in the crucial braking zones that define lap times here. Pecco will definitely be fast. Marquez acknowledged with obvious respect. His braking technique is absolutely incredible, and that's exactly why he's won so much here. The braking points at this track are make or break. However, here's where the story takes an unexpected twist. Bagnaia, the 2-time MotoGP champion, is having what can only be described as a nightmare season. Despite riding the exact same GP25 machinery that's propelling Marquez to victory after victory, Bagnaia sits in a disappointing 3rd place in the standings, trailing his teammate by a staggering 168 points. He's managed just 1 solitary win all season, struggling particularly with the braking performance that once made him virtually unbeatable. The frustrated Italian spent his summer break conducting what amounts to a forensic analysis of his own decline, rewatching countless race footage from his dominant 2023 and 2024 campaigns. "I've been studying my old races extensively," Bagnaia revealed. "When I watch how competitive I was last year, the way I could follow other riders, execute perfect overtakes, brake later than anyone, and then compare it to this season, it's like watching 2 completely different riders. I was a totally different Pecco back then. Something fundamental has changed, and I'm determined to rediscover what made me so successful." This creates a genuinely intriguing subplot. Can the master of Austria reclaim his throne while riding a bike that seems to favor his teammate in every other venue? Or will Marquez's psychological advantage of finally riding the red machine that once tormented him prove unstoppable? There's something beautifully poetic about Marquez's situation. After years of being the hunter, watching those Ducatis disappear into the distance, he now possesses the weapon that once defeated him. But with his championship lead so substantial, he faces a different kind of pressure. The pressure not to throw it all away through overconfidence or unnecessary risks. When you have a 120-point advantage, you become your own biggest threat, Marquez philosophically observed. "The championship is mine to lose at this point. I need to exercise self-control during certain races because you simply cannot be the fastest in every single session, every practice, every race. Sometimes patience is more valuable than speed." But here's the million-dollar question that has the MotoGP paddock buzzing. Is Marquez's current dominance simply a result of having superior machinery, or has he genuinely evolved as a rider? And more controversially, does Bagnaia's struggle represent a permanent decline, or is he about to stage one of the greatest comebacks in recent memory right on his favorite hunting ground? What do you think? Is it fair that the same bike performs so differently for 2 riders of similar caliber? Should equipment advantages play such a decisive role in determining champions? Or does this situation prove that rider skill ultimately trumps machinery? Share your thoughts. Are you rooting for Marquez to finally conquer his Austrian demons? Or do you believe Bagnaia deserves a redemption story on home turf?